Okay, so welcome back. In today's episode, we are going to be adding the split stacks. So we're going to head into our inventory system, into our interface, into our slot. And over here, we are going to go to our event graph. And we are going to override the on mouse button up. On mouse button up, we are going to check if the mouse button, the variable that we have, is set to left mouse button. If it is not, we're not going to do anything for now. We're just going to return with a handled. And if it is true, however, we are going to validate our slot. We already have that function, so let us add it to the branch. And on the true path, if it is true, then we're going to check if we have our shift down. So let us get our HUD ref. Let us get our PC base ref. And let us get our LS. Do we not have that yet? No. So go into your content drawer, and in your base folder, you have your player controller base. Here, I want to add a new variable. It's going to be Boolean. It's going to be called ls down. That is basically left shift down. So I'm going to right click anywhere. I'm going to do a left control down. Actually, that's a line. Left shift. And on pressed, I want to set it to true. On release, I want to set it to false. Then I want to go into my inventory slot, and now I can get my ls down. So if our slot is valid and left shift down is true, then we want to make a widget called split stack. So inside of my AB folder, inside of systems, inside of inventory and interface, I'm going to make a new widget. I'm going to call it WBP split stack widget. Inside of split stack widget, we are going to decide on screen. We're going to add a border and another border into that border. Set padding to 2 and the color to a little grayish. And on the second border, we're going to set padding to 2 on both of these, and we can leave it as that. Then we're going to add a vertical box inside of this border. This vertical box will contain a horizontal box, and this horizontal box will contain a button with a text inside of it. And on the button, I'm going to go to style. I'm going to change the padding to 0 on all. And I'm going to call this my remove button. So remove one from the quantity. And this is going to be my remove button text then. Now the text I'm going to change out a little bit. I'm going to change it to be the less than symbol. I'm going to change it to regular. I'm going to change it to like 18 in size. Should I outline it? Yeah, sure. Now we have a remove button. I'm going to copy my text first and paste it into the horizontal box. And this is going to be my current split stacks text. And I'm going to set that to be 1 from the start. Then I'm going to duplicate my remove button, move it to the right. Change it to a greater symbol. This is going to be my add button. And that means that this is going to be my add button text. Now I'm going to duplicate this horizontal box, and I'm going to remove the text from the middle. I'm going to call this button my OK button. And that means that this is my OK button text. And this is going to be my cancel button, and that is then my cancel button text. Now I'm just going to go into my horizontal here and move it to the middle. Maybe actually we should fill and let it stretch. Let us see how we're going to do this. Let us fill with this. Actually, this one should be auto. Move it to the left. The add button should be auto. Move to the, should be fill. Move to the right. And then the current split, we can put it in the center somehow. We do need to. There we go. Now we have our split stacks. I'm going to go into the event graph, and we're going to add some variables. The first one is going to be the inventory ref. It's going to be of type AC inventory component. It's going to be exposed and editable. I'm going to duplicate that, and that's going to be my HUD ref, which is going to be WBP HUD. I'm going to duplicate that, and I'm going to have a index, which is a integer. I'm going to make actually I'm going to have one more, so I'm going to duplicate this. Clicked widget ref, which is a user widget. I'm going to make a custom event here called update current number. And update current number is going to get my current split stack text, so I need to actually make that variable. We're going to get my text. I'm going to set that text to be equal to my a integer I'm going to make, which is going to be current number. And I'm just going to default current number to 1. And then on construct, I can call my update current number. Now I want to go into my add button, and I want to add a onClicked event. My onClicked event is going to be taking the current number plus 1 and going to check if that is greater than the amount that we have. So get our inventory ref, get item info at index, and then get the index. Check if it's greater than the quantity. If it is, we don't want to do anything. If it is not, we can increment that. And then update current number. On the remove button, we're going to reverse this. So we're going to check if current number minus 1 is equal to 0. If that is true, we don't want to go any further, so we only want it to be 1. If that is not true, then we can decrement this integer and update current number. Our cancel button. When we click our cancel button, we want to remove from parent. And when we click our OK button, we want to have another widget show up. So let's make that widget into user interface and a widget blueprint. It's going to be WBP click picked up item. Now, click picked up item is a very simple size box that we decide on screen. Override variable, call it our size box. Inside of here, we're going to add a canvas. Inside of the canvas, we're going to add a image. That's going to be our item icon. It's going to be the side on screen, and I'm going to change the size to 64 by 64. And then we're going to add a text to my canvas. This text is going to be the quantity text. X245. Regular. I'm going to change it to like 16. I'm going to give it a outline, and then I'm going to size the content and move it in the bottom right. It's going to be variable, and the icon is variable. Yeah. Now let's go into the graph, and in here we're going to make a function. I'm going to call it pickup. Pickup will have 3 inputs. It will have the master item. It will have the quantity, and it will have the user widget. First one, item. Second one, quantity. Third one, collect widget ref. I'm going to promote this to a variable. All of these actually. Now in my event graph, I do want to make a custom event, which is going to be called update click picked up item. I'm going to check if the quantity is greater than 0. If it is not, we're going to invalidate. And invalidate on this one is simply going to be in a new function, by the way. It's simply going to set the item to blank and return. This is going to make more sense in a minute. Back at our event graph, we can now call our invalidate on the false. However, on the true, we want to get our size box. We want to set width override. I want to set height override. To our clicked widget ref, get desired size. X and Y connect like so. We'll get our item, get the defaults, split the item info, and then we want to set the item icon. So set brush from texture. We want to set that to the icon, like so. Then we're going to get the quantity text. I'm going to set that text to be a format text, X curly num curly, and that's going to be the quantity. Now we want to get mouse position on viewport, and here we're going to get our self. Then we're going to set slot as canvas, and then we're going to set position. We're also going to go into the designer quickly, and we're going to hide everything here, like so. Compile. Now we can go and get our item icon and our text, set visibility to be not hit testable, self only. And then we're gonna make a custom function here, call it update position. And now our valid, we also need to call that update position. And now our invalidate is gonna make sense, because now we're gonna check if the item is a valid class. If it is not a valid class, then we're going to set the visibility of these to be hidden. However, if it is, we're going to get our mouse position. We're going to add a delay of 0.0001, and then we're going to update position. Now we can go back to our pickup. We can call our update click picked up. And then we can return. Let us also make a pure function that's going to make our life easier later, and that is going to be validate pickup. That's going to be a pure function, as I said, with a boolean as the output, which is just a valid, and that's going to check if our item is a valid class. That should be it for this. Now we can go back to a split stack widget, and we can now get our HUD ref, and we can get our click picked up, get picked. Hang on. Oh, we don't actually have it on our HUD yet. I apologize. Go to our HUD, and now we want to add our click picked up item, because this is going to be here all the time, basically, like so. Now we also need to go into our HUD here and set the HUD ref. Don't we have a HUD ref there? Do not. HUD ref. Go into our HUD, set HUD ref in our chain here, and then move it over like so. Now we can go to our split stack, and we can get picked up item, and we can call our pickup function that we made. We're going to get item info at the inventory that we're at, and we're going to pick up the item with the current number, and the clicked item widget ref is the clicked widget from our you know what I mean. Then we're going to get our item info at index, and we're going to check that the quantity minus the current number is greater than 0. If that is not true, well, then we're going to set item info at index, our index like so, and we're going to set it to be blank, and then we can remove from parent. If it is not, however, then we can set item info at index, and we're going to set it to the item that we have down here and the subtraction like so, and then we can remove from parent. And that should be it for that. We can go to our inventory slot again. If ls down is true, well, we want to create widget. And that's going to be our split stacks widget. The inventory ref is our inventory ref. The HUD ref is our HUD ref. And the index is our index. Click widget ref is our self. Then we go into get our HUD again. Get HUD canvas. And we want to add child to canvas. Who do we want to add? We want to add the widget we just made. Then we want to set size to content to be true. And then I'm just going to set the position to be 0, 0, so top left. So I'm going to do the return out of the canvas here. Set position. And I'm going to leave it at 0, 0. You can do this however you want. I'm just going to put it in the top left corner. Let's see if this works. If I compile now, play, probably not going to work, probably forgot something. No, we didn't actually. We get up to 3, because we only have 3, we can't go under. Now we can go 2. We are having one issue, and that is that it's not actually showing. So let's figure that out. This should be set it to not hit test board. Okay, well, I guess it works. In the next episode, this took a bit longer than anticipated, and I don't want the videos to be too fucking long. I think we'll see. In the next one, we're going to make it so that you can actually, finish off this, because there is a little bit left to do when it comes to the click system. So we're going to finish that off in the next episode, and yeah, I'll see you then. Bye bye.